Whoa, how y'all doing out there? This is your man Nico B. This is the Black Effect. You know how we do things. Hit that like and subscribe button for your boy. You know, if you so see fit, donate to the Patreon. The Cash App. Pardon me. Let me get into this quickly. Recently, I saw. I'm not really a wrestling fan. I used to watch wrestling when I was younger. My father was a big fan of wrestling, but now in TNA wrestling, you have this women's wrestler, Tessa Blanchard is her name, and she now is the champion, the world champion in TNA wrestling. World champion meaning she beat a man, not the women's champion, the world champion, meaning that she beat a man to be able to attain that belt. Now, this here, I think is ridiculous. I think it is one of the worst moves ever done in wrestling, promoting ever. I saw Booker T said something like that on his podcast, that this was one of the worst moves ever done. And I agree with what Booker T is saying, because what does it say? Like, look at what it's saying. I know that in America today we have this false sense of women's empowerment going on. We have this feminist movement crap going on with every man. But see, and I know in the movies and entertainment you could try to sell this stuff that a woman can physically outmatch a man who's trained in the same level, that she can beat him using powers or lightning powers or some force powers like Rey on Star Wars. But this is real life. You should not try to set that precedence, having a woman thinking she could just jump on her husband because Tessa Blanchard whooped some goofball in a scripted fight, in a fake scripted entertainment fight, that a woman can go on and just really get bucked and should exercise that type of physicality on a man on a daily basis. No, men fight all the time. Like, men can get into a fist fight, continue to move on. A woman getting into a fight with a man could mean life or death. You should not do this and try to perpetuate this stuff to young girls and to be hitting on boys. We already got enough of that going on. You know, keep it in its wheelhouse. You make wrestling seem even faker than it was. I remember back in the day, they used to at least try to sell you the fact that wrestling was realistic or real. But, like, that's like, you know, like, look over in WWE. Vince McMahon do a lot of silly stuff, but he's not even that stupid. He's not trying to ruin his brand. TNA brand, like, as far as the male wrestlers coming up, the title has been shitted upon. And like you said, and like Booker T was saying, for the women wrestlers who ever beat her, they should be able to come in and now whoop the men wrestlers who she's beat. So whoever that, I forget the guy who she beat to get this title, that guy right there is he need to just quit, man. You've emasculated yourself. You've allowed them to do that. If it was me, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not jobbing to her. I'm not jobbing to her, man. I'm not doing it. Can't do it for my career. Sorry, partner. But yeah, man, and in real talk, like, this is why wrestling is just really in the tank and in the toilet, stuff like this, you know, because wrestling always panders to agendas and, you know, tries to reflect real life. But doing this, like, WWE did it to the extent that they should do it. Like I said, with the woman, I forget her name, saying that she's the man or whatever. Now, you could call yourself the man, but you do not need to be wrestling men. You know what I'm saying? Brock Lesnar will tear any woman in the WWE head off, Ronda Rousey included. He's a trained professional fighter. The rest of them wrestlers are still fake fighters. But even someone like The Undertaker or any one of those wrestlers you name, Ronda Rousey will still have her life's work to be able to take down one of those men and incapacitate him physically. It just couldn't happen. You understand? And this is not men just talking. Like, if you really want that, do you, like, because these people's gonna push this so much. This is gonna be going on, and they're gonna push it into real fighting, like in a real life. Like that's what they want. Like they already got UFC transgenders, actual men going down and into the women's weight class and breaking women's jaw and breaking the bones in their face, doing them pretty dirty with his man strength. So now, you know, with what these women want, if you want to give them what they want, you could raise Amanda Nunes up to a featherweight in the men's competition. And she could fight the man that's on the lowest level. He could be in lowest ranked. And I'm talking about she would not beat him. He would do her something horrible. It would be such a fight that would be so cringe worthy. We would be like, ooh, ah. And women know that. This is not me talking like crazy, being misogynistic. This is just facts. We don't want to hurt. We don't just want to be unfairly hurting people and doing things like that just because this fake fight and fake wrestling says so. TNA is just go to show you a company that doesn't have much else left to do. They just want to pull out ideas. But it's like, do you know who your fan base is? You know, it's not a bunch of Ellen DeGeneres looking women. It's not a bunch of homosexual women. It's not a bunch of dykes, you know, for lack of a better term. You know what I'm saying? It's not a bunch of feminists. You know, these men are the one who, you know, put butts in seats, and they kids and they sons and things like this. And, you know, they may bring their daughters and stuff like that, but they don't want, the idea that they don't want pushed to them is they should be hitting. Now they go home and they trying to hit on their brother and put their brother in the Boston Crab, and then their brother get mad and really just smack the Geechee fire out of them. That's not gonna be good. Like I said, this is ridiculous. It's nothing but a joke to me. Like I say, we already know wrestling is just is fake, but now this just makes it even worse, man. I totally agree with what Booker T said. So with that being said, I ain't gonna make this too long. It's your man Nico B, Black Effect. I'm out of here.